Hi, this is a demonstration of how to graph piecewise functions with the Desmos online calculator. Remember, this desktop calculator can also be downloaded as a mobile app. I have the example that we used in our brief calculus class today up on the screen. If you take a look at it, you can see the first one is f of x is x squared when x is not equal to 2. And it's equal to 1 when x is equal to 2. In order to graph this piecewise function in Desmos, we're going to use the following syntax. We're going to set y equal to a set of conditions and y values in curly braces. Okay, so we have multiple conditions on x. They make up the different pieces of the domain. So the syntax is x condition colon y value that matches that x condition, then a comma, then the next piece of the domain, x condition, colon, that y value, and so forth. So we're going to write the x conditions in order from the least to the greatest, and then we're going to put in the y values either using constants or symbolic rules. This piecewise function up here can actually be divided into 3 chunks. What happens when x is less than 2, what happens when x is 2, and what happens when x is greater than 2. The thing to understand is the not equal to is being rendered as 2 separate pieces when x is less than 2 and when x is greater than 2. Here's what it looks like in Desmos. I have y equals curly braces x less than 2 colon x squared. That's going to be part of the function definition when x is not equal to 2. Then I have to worry about when x is equal to 2. Okay, there the function value comes out as the constant 1. That's the middle piece. The last piece is when x is greater than 2. That's the other half of the not equal over here. And I'm also going to graph that as x squared. Okay, I'm going to try to copy this rule and put it into my Desmos calculator, which I have up here. Okay, and again, let's see if I can drag my frame over so you can see what I'm typing. I'm going to type y equals set of curly braces, and then I'm going to put that rule in here. Okay, so again, I have when x is less than 2, graph it as x squared. When x equals 2, graph it as the constant 1. And when x is greater than 2, graph it again as the quadratic x squared. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Here you can see my parabola. That looks an awful lot like x squared. But look at what happens as I approach 2 from the high side. Okay, I'm going down on the graph. I'm getting really close to x equals 2. And when I'm actually equal to x equals 2, you can see there's the separate point, 2, 1. That's the middle part of the piecewise function. Okay, as I approach 2 from the left, you can see the same thing happening on this side as I get really close to 2. Okay, and then when I'm actually equal to 2, you see that separate point. So with this graph, you can see that the limit as x approaches 2 from either side is going to be 4, but the function value when x equals 2 is 1.